So I'm reading a top 10 list of articles that really got people in 2011, and one of the ones, not surprising enough, was about John Mark McMillan's song. Well, let's just call it what it is. It's the Sloppy Wet Kiss song of How He Loves Us. And this particular blog article was talking about how Sloppy Wet Kiss was just so wrong to be a line in a worship song. And a lot of it was quite funny, to be honest with you. But then we go into what has been the biggest debate. Do we use Sloppy Wet Kiss, or do we go ahead and do we use the Unforseen Kiss line? So I figured I'd weigh in. Since this was such a big topic throughout 2011, I figured I'd go ahead and put my take on it. For one thing, let's just hit it where it is. When David Crowder decided to approach the song and say, look, I think that people are going to be taken aback by the line Sloppy Wet Kiss, then I want to try to change it up. John Mark didn't have any issue with it. He said, go ahead. If you think that your tribe needs a little something different with it, then go right ahead. Let's do Sloppy Wet, or let's do what you think needs to be done. So while Unforeseen Kiss was born. Well, to me, Unforeseen Kiss, no disrespect to David Crowder Band, but that's almost an afterthought. Unforeseen Kiss is about as theologically unsound as anything else. Because to say that something happening was unforeseen and using that imagery is to say, well, who didn't say that God wouldn't have seen it coming? Really? I mean, after all, it's prophesied. To me, what I'd like to see, if we could get over this battle that raged between all of 2011 and move into 2012, I'd like to see this. Can we look at the line Sloppy Wet Kiss for what it is? A complete line? After all, we get so caught up in the fact that we are in this romantic stage where everything that we hear with Sloppy Wet Kiss has to involve romance. It has to involve some imagery with God giving us some passionate, romantic kiss between a man and a woman. Well, let's be real. Let's be honest. For one thing, the line itself doesn't say anything about God giving you anything. The line is heaven meets earth like a sloppy wet kiss. Let's take it back to what happened with the song in itself. The song in itself, John Mark is lamenting over the fact that a friend of his passed away, and he's going over all these thoughts and how, he's just got to be okay with all this, and thinking about how all these thoughts are going through his head, and he's just saying, he knows that this is ugly, this is beautiful, all these things, all these words at the same time, and he's saying, "And heaven meets earth like a sloppy wet kiss." You can go the whole route that people talk about with, think about a dog and how much a dog loves you, and a dog comes up and just, seals the deal with a sloppy wet kiss and just licks all over you because he loves you that much. Or the imagery of a baby coming up and how a baby comes up with that open mouth and, just kisses all over you with that manner. However you do it, just understand that it's imagery that's used that has nothing to do with anything romantic, and has everything to do with vivid emotions that are saying that in this world where some things are beautiful, some things are dark, some things are chaotic, some things are crystal clear, that this is imagery that's just saying two different worlds, beauty of heaven, the ugliness of earth, and these two things are colliding. And that's what it is. It's when heaven and earth collide. And let's focus on that for a minute instead of worrying about what's going on with words. Because I think when we start worrying about trying to change words, I've got no problem with the fact that David Crowder Band had to change words to suit an audience. What I have a problem with is the fact that there is a reason that they needed to do that in the first place. And I have a huge problem with the fact that I even have a need to even make this article. Or the fact that I had to read an article in the first place as someone that felt the need to include that in a top 10 list of things to talk about for 2011. Because to be honest, well, let's see. When the time comes, every knee's going to bow. Maybe I need to have some utter disgust in that, because my knee bowed for my wife whenever I proposed. And that's kind of a romantic thing. Maybe I take issue with that in the Bible too. Guys, let's get real. This is a nasty earth. It's a beautiful heaven. How about you sit back and take a listen to a song with a set of fresh ears and realize that there's true beauty and imagery behind a song that ain't got nothing to do with anything that I'm so trying not to make any rough words out of this. But that your harsh and worldly lips and mind are trying to make out of a beautiful, beautiful song, and take it for something that was truly an inspiration to one man at the time, and sing it for what you know deep down it's worth, and quit trying to contribute to something that it's not. At the bottom of this article, I'm going to post a link to a podcast, and we're going to talk about people that have had issues with other songs before, songs that may surprise you. And hopefully you'll take some cues from that when next time that you decide that you just don't like a line to the song. And maybe you can sit back and think, maybe some songs aren't as bad as what they sing. Until next year, guys, I love you to death. And find your own sloppy